Welcome. This is a prenatal yoga sequence for back pain to bring balance into the pelvis. Start out by inhaling, reaching the arms up overhead. You can interlace the fingers, reaching the palm up to the sky. Exhale, seat curve to the right. Lengthening through the side ribs. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, C curve to the left, second side. Inhale, center. Exhale, C curve to the right. This time, planting the right hand down as you extend the left arm up overhead. Circling the top arm around. Inhale, arms reach up back to center. Exhale, C curve to the left, second side. Circling the top arm around. Inhale, coming up to center. Exhale, bring the palms down. The soles of the feet come together into butterfly pose. Feet are about 1 foot distance away from the sit bones. So giving yourself quite a bit of space here for your baby. Inhaling, reaching tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinging forward with the flat back. The elbows might come down to the inside of the thighs, or you can also use the palms to press down the thighs to stretch the groin. Making sure you're not collapsing at the diaphragm or curling over. Really engaging baby towards the spine to strengthen your abdominals as much as you can. And while you sit here in this butterfly pose, making sure that you're only stretching to 60 to 70% of your flexible edge. And this is because your body is releasing a hormone called relaxin. That's helping your soft tissues and ligaments to relax and make space for your baby. What can happen is if you overstretch these ligaments during birth or during your prenatal period, it can be a harder and longer recovery period postpartum because you've overstretched. So just keeping in mind that you're taking really good care of yourself by only finding that 60 to 70% edge. Inhale, coming back up to a tall seat. Bring the hands behind you. Step the feet out wide and windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Now coming over onto hands and knees. Into a tabletop, it can be really nice to have a blanket for some extra cushion under the kneecaps. Bringing the hands beneath the shoulders. The knees are going to be really wide. So knees are wider than hip distance apart. Inhale, cow. So the chin reaches up, the chest reaches forward, the lower back stays neutral, baby hugging to the spine, so you're not dumping into the low back like we do in regular yoga. With prenatal yoga, you want to keep baby engaged to the spine. Then exhale, cat, chin to chest, around the back, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, cow, just stretching the front of the chest. Exhale, cat, round the back, tuck the tailbone under. And continue undulating with the breath. Rippling from the crown of the head down to the tailbone. Coming back to neutral. Exhale, looking over your right shoulder towards your hip. Wag your tail to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, looking over your opposite shoulder. Exhale to center. Just moving the spine in a side to side curve. And now finding any intuitive movement, you might circle the ribs around. You might bring the hips forward and then bring the hips back towards child's pose. If you're circling, go ahead and reverse your rotation. Back to center, tuck the toes under, come to sit back on the heels. Just sitting on the heels, this is great for helping the fluid. If you have any swelling of the ankles, this is helping the fluid to work its way through. You can roll the wrists while you're here. You might give the shoulders a few rolls. Now coming back onto hands and knees, lowering onto the forearms so the elbows are stacked directly beneath the shoulders. You can stack the fists or you can bring the palms one on top of the other. Starting to circle out the hips, or you can do a figure 8 motion with the hips. You can spell your name. Sometimes it feels better to reach the knees farther back so that your legs are in a larger than 90-degree angle. And now bringing the big toes together, knees out wide. Exhale back to child's pose, letting the hips rest back towards the feet. If sometimes it feels nice to place a bolster beneath the knees, or you can also, so that the chest comes down, or you can also bring a bolster in front of you so that the belly isn't compressed on the mat. And you can reach the hands forward. Sometimes it's nice to overlap the backs of the palms to bring the head down. And let the lower back rest. So the hips are resting down towards the ground. Take a relaxing inhale through the nose. And grounding exhale through the mouth. Inhale, relaxation. Exhale, feel yourself melting down to the mat. Inhale forward onto hands and knees. This time we're going to bring the big toes together, knees out wide, letting the hips come forward into a modified seal pose. So the chest is reaching forward. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale to modified seal. And exhale, child's pose, continuing with your own breath. You might introduce the Brahmari breath or the bumblebee breath on the exhale, making a humming noise like a bumblebee. A few strengthening poses for the low back and glutes. So bringing the weight even into both hands. Inhale, reach the right knee out to the side. And then exhale, close the knees together. Just 4 more on the first side. Relaxing the jaw, relaxing the face. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere unnecessarily. Once you've completed that round, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, neutral spine. Lifting the left leg or second side. Exhale, knees come back together. 4 more times. Coming back to center, inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. You have a yoga ball. Bring your yoga ball into child's pose as you drape yourself over the yoga ball. Let the hips sink down towards the ground. You can gently rock from side to side. Even walk the ball forward, letting the head come between the shoulders, feeling a deep stretch in the shoulders as you rock the ball to side. Now rolling the ball over to the right side. Feel a deep stretch in the left side ribs as your hands reach over to the right. Walking the yoga ball towards the center and then over to the left second side. Right hand might come on top of the left as you C-curve the spine to the left. Walking the ball back to center. We can move that off to the side, tucking the toes under. And to sit back on the feet. Bringing the feet nice and wide for our malasana or garland pose. Let the hips sink down, the hands can come to heart center, forearms can press to the inside of the knees. If this feels really uncomfortable for you, you can sit on a block or a bolster to support the hips in this deep squat. The alignment you should find is finding length in the low back. So if you feel like you're really curled over, try and sit up on something so that you can find length in the low back. And then finding a deep stretch in the groin. If your elbows can hook to the inside of the knees, you're pressing your knees backwards, and that will give you even a deeper sensation. Let your heart come forward, shoulders relax down away from the ears. Imagine you have a string at your sternum, lifting your chest up to the sky. Making sure if you are sitting up, you're not flaring the tailbone out. The tailbone is tucked under like you're in cat. That's the nice thing about letting the hips sink down, because you can let that tailbone tuck under. Do a slow inhale through the nose. And gentle exhale through the mouth for a count of 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now placing the hands in front of you, coming down onto the knees. And it's nice to have the blanket under the knees if you need some extra cushion. For this modified camel, so big toes together, knees out wide. Hands can walk behind you. Sometimes it's nice to have the blocks if it's hard to reach the ground behind you. Fingertips pointing away from you. The wrists are pointing towards you. Let the shoulders come away from the ears as you reach the chest up to the sky. And then inhale, letting the belly come forward, finding a deep back bend. You can let the head come back. Some people even feels good to let the hips lift, finding this deep back bend. Check in with yourself. If you have the hips lifted, is that crunching into your low back, making sure you're not adding any extra pressure. And exhale, bring the chin to the chest, let the chest lower down. Hands can walk towards your body to sit back up tall. Now coming to stand on the knees, if you have a block, placing it between the thighs. So if you were a Pez dispenser, your Pez would be coming forward. Your thighs are externally rotating. So if you had a polka dot on the front of the thigh, they would be moving outwards. That's helping you to engage through the glutes, engage through the hamstrings. Hands come to the low back, draw the elbows towards one another. Inhale, lift the chest and chin, and then exhale, lean back, finding a deep back bend in our full camel. The hips are reaching forward, staying engaged with the glutes, pressing down to the tops of the feet. Exhale, chin comes to the chest, sitting down, remove the block, bring the big toes together, knees out wide, child's pose. Lengthening the hands in front of you, or overlapping the backs of the palms, finding length in the low back. Inhale, relaxation. Exhale, feel yourself melting down. We'll do 3 rounds of the bumblebee breath or Brahmari breath. Inhaling together. Just sit back up, finding a pillow to sit on to prop up the hips or a bolster. Extending. We need to extend the left leg. The right knee is bent. We're going to inhale, raise the left arm up overhead, and then exhale, twist to the left. Your right hand can come to the inside of the knee, so you look over your left shoulder behind you. Inhaling, coming back to center, extending your right leg as your left knee bends. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, twisting to the right, second side. Back to center. Now extending the right leg out to the side, bending the left knee, coming into this half butterfly pose. Shoulders face your bent knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And then keeping your shoulders facing this direction, slowly hinge yourself towards the extended leg, finding length through the side ribs. Sometimes it's nice to bring a block to the inside of the thigh, so let the elbow rest down on the block. And we find length, letting the sit bones both ground down into the mat. Sometimes it's nice to circle the top arm around. Stretching the lower back muscles. This is great if you have sciatica or SI pain. Inhaling back up to center. Shifting the shoulders to face your extended leg, and then exhaling, pulling forward to your toes. Keeping a flat back, hugging baby towards the spine. And again, making sure only to go to 60 to 70% of your flexible edge. Sometimes it also can be nice to place a strap around the ball of the foot. That way you can feel like you're sitting up taller and still getting the same stretch. Walking the hands back towards the sit bones, lengthening the left leg as you bend the right knee. Shoulders face your bent knee. Inhale, right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, hinging towards your extended leg. You might like to have a prop beneath the elbow to support yourself. Circling the top arm. Coming back up, tall. Shoulders come to frame your extended leg. Exhale, hinging forward. Pushing the big toe up to the sky. When you keep that big toe and the foot flexed, you'll feel a more intense sensation in the calf. Inhale, walking the hands back towards the sit bones. Extending both legs out wide. Inhale, reaching tall through the spine. Exhale, hinging forward. So you take a deep inhale through the nose and exhale, horse flips. Twice more. Back to sit up tall, finding your figure four. There's many variations of this pose. You can come to lie on the back, or if it doesn't feel good for you to lie on the back, you can put back on the hands, bringing the right ankle to the top of the left knee. And then pressing this top knee away from the body. If you like a deeper sensation, you can walk the bottom foot towards you. So the left knee is closer to the body as the right knee is pressing away from you. Gently releasing that foot down. Regardless if you're lying on the back or sitting up, you can bring the feet out wide and windshield wiper knees from side to side. Figure 4 on the second side. The right foot is grounded as the left ankle comes to the top of the right knee. And if you're lying on the back, you can thread the hands through behind the right thigh to draw the right knee towards you and the left knee away from you. This is also really nice if you go up against a wall. Against the wall. Just like this. And if you're lying in the back, coming to happy baby pose, bringing the heels up to the sky, hands can take the soles of the feet, gently rocking from side to side, massaging the lower back. If it doesn't feel good for you to lie on your back, you can sit on a bolster to prop up the hips. Bring the feet out nice and wide and drape yourself forward, lengthening the low back. And when you're ready, slowly coming back up to a seat. Placing your hands together at heart center. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Namaste. Take care of your back.